Earl.
My name is Earl.
Earl.
Hey, it's me.
It is
Hey,
you.
what's up?
What's up?
Not much. I'm just sat here. It's like 5:45 in the morning. I've been watching the stream for like 3 hours over here in England.
Wow. Is it worth seeing how poorly I play?
It's been entertaining. I'm not gonna lie. You've been getting butchered pretty badly.
Am I bad? Am I bad at the game though? I don't know if I'm bad at the game.
No, I think the game's just shittily like programmed the AI and stuff.
Yeah, it is a lot. Yeah, Brian kind of pointed out. I'm trying. Or was that you, Kevin?
Yeah, no,
Jesus.
Brian.
Yeah, Kevin.
I'm trying to do a lot of. I'm trying to multitask.
Yeah. But I had a quick question for you, Garrett.
Yeah, I got. What's up?
It was from a while ago, like on one of the podcasts you were talking about, like all the that Joe Rogan stuff, like, and what are the chambers called, the isolation booth things.
Oh yeah, like a float tank.
Yeah, and I felt like you were making later on in one of the videos some subtle hints towards something related to DMT, and I was wondering if you like ever experienced anything or did DMT or something like that, and if you like
for those watching at home that don't know what DMT is, it's a it's a psychoactive chemical that is called dimethyltryptamine, and people call it DMT for short. But it is a Schedule I illegal substance in the United States, and I have I would never do anything to jeopardize my freedom, and I would never want to risk incarceration for obtaining such a. Where'd you find that? Such a illegal illegal substance.
There it is.
It
you know what I mean?
Schedule I illegal substance, but it's also created in everybody's brain at night when we sleep. It's like a natural chemical in the brain. It's the most illegal substance on earth.
That's true. It's very interesting how our federal government wants to tell us how we should utilize chemicals that our bodies may be making on their own. The problem is the proof of that is not from what I understand like 100%. I think there's a lot of speculation on the pineal gland and what
because we still don't really know what it does properly.
Exactly. So it's hard to say 100% that when you dream at night your pineal gland is releasing trace amounts of DMT into your system. I think there's been some research into that. The only problem is because it's an illegal substance, no research can effectively be done.
It's so restricted.
Yeah, there's a doctor, you could look him up, named Richard Straussman, and if you're interested in the subject...
He wrote the book?
Yeah, there's a book called The Spirit Molecule, and there's a documentary on it too. And it's all very interesting, and it gets very metaphysical and entertaining, and yeah, I don't know, man.
There's actually a before I think it was completely illegalized, there was tests, and I think they found it in a certain like species of frog or toad.
Oh well,
in the brain and they had like they shared a similar type of pineal gland type thing, and on this frog's pineal gland there was actually like a lens, like an eyelid, so like a third eye.
Your third eye, yeah. Well, in
like
a couple things that I know about with regards to the frog. I mean, everyone's seen that Simpsons episode where all the kids are licking frogs. Was that a Simpsons episode?
I think so.
Yeah, that comes from a real thing. Basically, I gotta take the headphones on or I like slur everything. There is a toad that emits 5-MeO dimethyltryptamine, which is similar in chemical compound, but it's a little bit different. And that's what people were doing when they were licking toads or doing whatever they do with these toads. I think you can harvest the DMT from the toad and then do whatever you do with it.
Exactly, like a natural source of it instead of
but it's different, and it was it was available through mail order at the inception of the internet. Like, before it was so heavily outlawed, you could fucking buy the shit online, and it would apparently send you to the fucking moon. But there were these chemical companies, from what I've heard, set up online where you could just order the shit. And it being different, it not being truly chemically the same as dimethyltryptamine. It was this 5-MAO dimethyltryptamine, or MEO. I don't know exactly what it was, but you could get it. They've since put the kibosh on that, and that's, you know,
well, not
Americans
entirely. If you guys are familiar with Silk Road,
yeah, I've heard about Silk Road.
On.
I don't think that. Oh, I forgot you could blow that door. I don't think that stuff's going to be around much longer, you know what I mean? Like, paying for stuff through shady websites with Bitcoin, and it's not really trackable, but you're still sending stuff to an address that's illegal. I think at some point, the federal government's going to step in and either regulate these parcel companies who are doing this and make them get tighter regulations on what they can and can't send.
The thing is, how can you find out without invading someone's privacy? And
that's what
if it doesn't smell.
Not to get all super political, but in our country, we have done away with our personal, private, civil liberties with the Patriot Act and all these other.
Who are the Patriots?
It's the La Lule Lo. But if we say that, it gets scrambled. It doesn't even come out. Yeah. But I mean, a lot of people think that's kind of what they're doing here with all this war on terror. It's kind of excuses to not really let us have our privacy anymore.
And still pursue a very botched war on drugs.
Yeah. Well, a war on drugs and terror, two things that you can't win against.
Quick question to the caller. When he found out DMT was illegal, did he go, "Oh fuck, I can't believe you've done this"?
Were you quite bummed?
I was pretty bummed, yeah.
Well,
yeah,
that pineal shit though is pretty screwy, man. It's interesting.
Yeah,
apparently a lot of mammals have it, a lot of reptiles as well, and that's where I think that the whole lens, like an actual eye, like the lens of an eyeball is kind of on this pineal gland. So that's what they think of it as a third eye. I mean, you look at old, like, you know, early renderings from medical journals and things that they thought were how the anatomy was put together, and they show the fucker like an actual eyeball with like a pupil and a lens and everything on it. It's weird. But it's all very interesting. It's all very hush-hush in our country. We're not allowed to talk about it on the internet. For 15 minutes. They could be listening in. We could be influencing young minds.
Would I be allowed to adapt my question slightly?
Yeah, go for it, dude.
Have you ever had has any of you ever had like a psychedelic experience or anything like that?
No,
like with something legal, like salvia?
Again, my federal, I don't know how it is in the UK, but my federal government is in charge of telling me what chemicals I can and cannot improve my life with. So I mean,
well, what about a legal one like salvia?
Salvia divinorum. I have not had an experience with salvia. No, I have not. I've heard and seen scary things on the internet about it. It doesn't sound.
I'm scared.
It's a strange one, but like
very quick.
The very last time I tried it, I had a horrible experience with it. Like the worst. It was like, it wasn't even that much, but I think I was in a bad mood when I did it, and it didn't contribute to it very well.
Yeah, you gotta take care of your set and your setting, and you gotta get your head right before you go diving deep.
And I had I was listening to music on headphones, and it was like, as this thing hit me, like the Number song by DJ Shadow came on, and it's like really loud, like reverberated drums, and it's just like
psychedelic numbers floating all around you.
Yeah, it was horrible. But
hey, can we do a quick test to make sure you're all right?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
What color is a pussy?
Pink.
That's, you're seeing psychedelic pussies all over because the medicine's getting to you.
It's working. It's working. Brian's much better at this game.
Yep. Brian's good at games.
Well,
Brian is very good at games.
That's why I like to watch Brian play games. He's very good.
Beasting.
Well, thank you for calling in, Earl.
yeah, thank you for taking the call.
Of course, my brother. How is the weather over in the UK? It's finally starting to cool down here in Southern California. It's been a hot motherfucker.
It is terrible right now. It's been raining like non-stop for about 3 days in places where I live up north.
I could
do starting to flood and stuff.
Oh, flood's no good, but I could do some rain.
I could definitely.
Look at that nasty gash on that bitch's chest, man.
Spiders?
I hope she gets some. I don't know. You think they'll give Jill plastic surgery breasts in the next game?
Dude, I hope so. Make them sit all like fucking high and far apart.
Sit them all high and far apart.
High.
That's how Eric likes it. High and far apart. Thanks, Earl.
Give her lip implants.
Thank you.
So fucking weird with it.
Oh, I cut him off early. Sorry, Earl.
Shit.